My phone won't stop vibrating. It's not even buzzing anymore. It's this continuous angry hum in my palm, like it's trying to drill through my skin. I'm halfway down the stairwell at work, because I couldn't breathe in the office, and the first notification I actually read makes my vision go sharp around the edges. Breaking. Heart's Seal Sure lid lands $4 seed after live demo. Under it is my brother's face, smiling like a saint, holding my prototype up to a camera. Then my Slack explodes. Is that your brother? Kara. Journalists are calling reception. We have an investor on line 2 asking for you by name. My thumb slips and opens the video without meaning to, and suddenly I'm watching Elliot in a crisp blazer on a stage, saying my words, my pitch, my stupid little joke about coffee in the car, like he invented the sentence along with the invention. My family group chat lights up at the same time, like someone dropped a match in petrol. The hearts. Dozens of messages slam in so fast I can't even scroll. My mum is spamming heart emojis under a link to the live stream. My dad's message is all caps. Do not ruin this for your brother. My aunt posts, so proud of our genius boy. And then, like the universe is trying to make me black out, Elliot's voice comes through my earbuds from the video. I designed Seal Sure because I got tired of watching people waste food and money. I built it in my garage. I patented it. And today, we're changing the industry. Patented it. I taste metal. My knees go weak, and I grab the stair rail hard enough to hurt, because the word patented isn't fluff. It's paperwork. It's signatures. It's dates. My phone flashes an incoming call. Martin Hollis, Patent Counsel. I answer so fast I nearly drop it. Kara, he says, and his voice is tight, controlled, the way professionals sound right before they tell you your life just got complicated. I need you to sit down. I laugh once, ugly and sharp. I'm watching my brother claim he patented my invention on a live stream, I say. So unless you're calling to tell me I imagined my own prototype, just talk. There's a pause. Then Martin exhales. Someone filed a utility application last week listing Elliot Hart as the sole inventor, he says. But my chest caves in. But what? I snap. But the patent office record also contains your signed inventor declaration from the provisional filing we submitted in March, he says. Your signature. Your name. Your address. It's there in black and white. My throat closes. So he forged something, I whisper. Or someone did. A door bangs open above me, and my assistant, Lila, is leaning over the stairwell railing, eyes wide. Kara, conference room. Now, CEO wants you, she hisses. My phone keeps lighting up. Unknown number. Then Mum. Then Dad. Then Elliot. Elliot calling like he didn't just set my whole stomach on fire. Another notification slides down from LinkedIn. Congrats, Elliot Hart. Revolutionary packaging innovation. My own face starts to burn with heat and shame because I know what's happening. The internet is already writing the story, and I'm not the main character. I'm the footnote. Sister jealous of successful brother is easier than brother stole sister's invention and forged patent documents. I walk into the conference room, and it's chaos in the quiet corporate way. 2 execs, comms lead, legal on speaker. Everyone's laptops open. My name in the corner of a TV screen like a breaking news ticker. The comms lead turns her laptop toward me, and I see it. A clip already ripped from the live stream. Elliot saying, I built it in my garage. And the comments underneath are a mix of praise and jokes about genius inventor energy. Someone has already tagged our company account, asking if we sponsor this innovative founder. I can feel my pulse in my throat. Kara, My CEO, Rena, says softly, "We need to know if any of this touches our IP." I swallow. "It doesn't," I say. "I built it before I joined here. Nights, weekends, my own materials." "Okay," Rena nods. "Then we protect you as a person. What do you need?" My phone buzzes again, and this time it's a screenshot from my cousin Tessa, sent privately. "I'm sorry. I found this." It's an old text thread from my dad 2 years ago, when I first mentioned filing a provisional. "Dad, you're not an inventor. Stop playing with plastic and get a real job." "Dad, Elliot is the one with the business brain." "Dad, don't embarrass the family." My stomach twists, because that exact humiliation, my own father reducing years of work to playing, is now resurfacing in my brain, while the world applauds my brother for the thing he told me I was delusional for trying. I do not cry. Not here. Not now. I do something worse. I get very calm. I open my email, pull up Martin's message from March with the provisional application confirmation attached, and I forward it to Rena and legal. "That's my filing," I say, "my name, my signature." He's lying. The comms lead flinches. "If you go public, it'll be a wildfire," she says. "If you don't, he'll cement himself as the inventor." My phone rings again. Elliot. I stare at it until it stops. Then I text him one sentence with hands that barely shake. "Stop. Call me with your lawyer." Immediately, a message from Mum pops up. "Kara, answer your brother. Don't be spiteful." Spiteful? Like protecting my work is an emotion problem. The investor call hits my work line anyway, because the front desk doesn't know what else to do. Layla nods at me like, "Do you want it?" I take it. "Hello, this is Kara," I say, and my voice comes out steady like it belongs to someone else. A man's voice, excited and rushed. "Kara, great to connect. We loved Elliot's demo. We want to talk manufacturing scale." He pauses. "Wait, are you Elliot's?" "I'm the inventor," I say, clean and flat. Silence. I can hear faint office noise on his end. "I'm sorry," he says slowly, like he thinks he misheard. "I'm the inventor," I repeat. "The patent filings are under my name. Elliot is not authorized to represent that IP." There's a long, stunned pause, and then he exhales. "Okay," he says carefully. "Okay. Send documentation. Immediately." That's the moment it becomes real in a way my stomach can't ignore, because it's not just family drama anymore. It's business, fraud, contracts, legal exposure, people with money who don't care about our last name. Martin calls again. "We need to move fast," he says. "I can issue a cease and desist today. We can also notify the investors that there's an inventorship dispute and potential fraud." My comms lead mouths. "Do not post." My CEO says, "Whatever you choose, we back you." My phone is still blowing up. Mum is calling. Dad is calling. The family chat is a frenzy of proud and don't ruin. And why aren't you answering? I can feel the old pattern trying to clamp onto me. Be quiet. Don't embarrass. Don't make trouble. I look at my screen, and then I do my bold move with zero softness. I open the family group chat and type, "Elliot stole my invention. The patent filing is in my name. I'm pursuing legal action. Do not contact my workplace." I attach the provisional confirmation PDF and a screenshot of Martin's email that clearly shows inventor, Kara Hart. Then I mute the chat. The silence after I hit send is physical, like my lungs finally get room. 2 minutes later, my brother texts me privately, "What the K are you doing?" Then, "Take that down." Then, "You're going to destroy everything." I stare at his words and feel something cold settle in my spine. destroy everything. Not "I'm sorry," not "this got out of hand," just consequences. I don't reply. I forward his messages to Martin. Then I sit down at my desk, pull up a blank document, and start building a timeline while my hands shake. Dates, prototypes, CAD files, receipts, witness names. Every moment I can prove I built this long before Elliot found a stage for it. To understand why this feels unreal, you need to know what my family was saying about me before today. I've been the sensitive one since I was little, which in my house meant the one whose feelings are inconvenient. Elliot is older by 3 years, and he's always been loud confidence in a human body. He fails forward. He talks himself into rooms. My parents love that. They love the sound of certainty. I was the kid who took things apart quietly and put them back together, who saved pocket money to buy cheap tools, who spent Saturdays in the garage with a heat gun and a sketchbook while Elliot strutted around calling himself an entrepreneur because he sold protein powder once. When I was 16, I made a stupid little contraption out of silicone and plastic that clipped onto takeaway containers because I was sick of soup leaking in my school bag. I didn't have the language for product design. I just had the itch. Why does this suck? And how do I make it not suck? My dad saw it on the kitchen counter and laughed. "What is that? Arts and crafts," he said. Elliot snatched it, squeezed it, made a fart noise with it, then tossed it back like it was trash. "You should invent something that makes money," he said, smug. My mum smiled like it was a joke and said, "Kara, don't clutter the house." So I learned early. Build in private. Don't ask for applause. Don't expect support. Fast forward to adulthood. I'm working a job I don't love because bills don't care about passion. I'm in a tiny apartment with a cramped kitchen and an old hatchback, and I'm still annoyed every time my takeaway spills, or my kid's lunch leaks, or my coffee lid fails in the cup holder. I start messing around again, but this time, I'm serious. I watch manufacturing videos at 2 a.m. I learn about injection molding. I buy food-grade silicone sheets and spend weekends cutting, sealing, testing. I burn myself more than once. I keep notebooks with dates and measurements because I'm paranoid about being dismissed. I make a prototype that finally works. A flexible locking ring that creates a pressure seal on standard container rims without needing a whole new container system. It's simple, which is the point. It prevents spills. It's cheap to manufacture. And it's the first time in my life I hold something and think, this is real. I don't tell my family at first. I tell 2 friends. One of them says, patent it. The other says, don't tell anyone until you've filed. I listen to both. I scrape money together, skip holidays, sell random stuff, cancel subscriptions, and I pay a patent attorney for a provisional filing because I want a timestamp. I want the world to know this existed under my name first. In March, I signed the Inventor Declaration. I remember the moment because my hand shook, not from excitement, from fear that I would put my name on something and my family would laugh again. I told them anyway, eventually, because part of me still wanted my parents to be proud. I said it at Sunday lunch, like I was casually mentioning a new hobby. I filed a provisional patent, I said. My dad stared at me like I'd said I was moving to Mars. Then he laughed. For what? He asked. A Tupperware rubber band? Elliot smirked, leaned back, and said, cute. My mum frowned like I'd embarrassed her. Do you have money to waste? She asked. I tried to explain the market problem. the potential licensing, the manufacturing simplicity. My dad waved his hand. "Kara," he said, "you're not that kind of person. Elliot is. Elliot knows business." Elliot nodded like he'd been crowned. The humiliation didn't stop there. Any time I mentioned working on it, Elliot would call it, "your little lid." My aunt joked, "Maybe she'll be famous like those Shark Tank people." My dad told his friends I was fiddling with plastic. When I said I was looking for a manufacturer, my mum said, "Don't get scammed. You're too trusting." And then, this part makes my stomach hurt now, Elliot suddenly started asking questions, friendly questions. So, how does it seal? What sizes does it fit? Do you have drawings? He acted interested for the first time in his life. I wanted to believe he'd grown up. I wanted to believe my brother could be supportive without turning it into a competition. I shared more than I should have. Not the full CAD files, not the patent draft, but enough. Photos of prototypes, a short video of it surviving a drop test, a rough cost breakdown I'd calculated. Elliot kept saying, "This is actually good," in this tone like he was surprised I wasn't useless. Then he offered to help me pitch it. He said he had connections. He said he knew how investors think. He said, "Let me take it to a couple people just for feedback." I hesitated. My gut felt tight. But my parents kept saying, "Let Elliot help. He's better at that stuff." And I was tired of being the only one carrying the thing. So I let him. At first, it looked harmless. He took a couple meetings. He sent me voice notes saying, "They love it." He said, "We could make this huge." He started using the word "we," which made me uncomfortable. And when I corrected him, "It's my invention, Elliot," he laughed and said, "Relax, I'm just talking." Same word my family always used when they crossed a line. Relax. Don't notice. Don't name it. Then I saw it. A post on his Instagram story. A photo of my prototype on a table with a caption, "Big things coming. Been working on this for ages." Working on this for ages. I texted him instantly. "Why did you post that? You didn't make it." He replied, "It's marketing. Don't be weird." Then he added, "You're going to ruin this with your insecurity." Insecurity. That's how they frame boundaries. Like you're irrational for noticing your own work being claimed. I pulled back after that. I stopped sending him updates. I told him I wasn't comfortable with him pitching anymore. He got cold. My parents got involved. Mum called me and said, "Why are you being difficult? Elliot is finally doing something good." Dad said, "You're always jealous." Jealous. Me. The person who built the prototype at 2 a.m. while Elliot posted motivational quotes. It was so upside down, it almost made me laugh. Then came the day he did it publicly. He got himself booked on a local startup live stream, one of those innovator spotlight things, and he didn't tell me until the morning of. He texted, "Tune in at 11, surprise." I clicked the link thinking maybe he was going to shout me out. Maybe he was going to bring me on. Maybe he was going to stop playing games and do the right thing. I watched him hold my prototype up and say, "I designed this," with a straight face. My stomach flipped. I texted him midstream, "Stop. That's mine." He didn't respond. He smiled into the camera, told my story as his late nights, garage, years of testing. And I sat there in my kitchen, feeling like I was watching someone steal my skin. I confronted him afterward. He laughed and said, "You weren't doing anything with it." That sentence still makes me feel sick, like ideas belong to whoever shouts the loudest. like building in silence doesn't count. He said, "You should be grateful I'm making it real." I said, "I filed the patent." He blinked, just once, real surprise, then smirked. "Patents are paperwork," he said. "I'm the one with the brand." I didn't realize then that he wasn't just talking. He was moving. The utility application he filed last week. He had to either lie or forge something to do it cleanly, because my provisional already existed with my name as inventor. Martin later explained it in the careful lawyer voice. Elliot could file his own application, sure, but claiming sole inventorship when he didn't invent it is fraud, and using my signature or my prior filings without authorization is worse. And the patent office record containing my inventor declaration meant there was a paper trail he couldn't erase. My signature was literally sitting in the record, like a trap he walked into thinking it was a shortcut. Once I sent the investor the documentation, things moved fast in a way that made my head spin. Martin drafted the cease and desist and sent it to Elliot's email, his company's registered address, and the event organizer. He also sent a notice to the investor group that there was an IP dispute with evidence of prior filing. The investor replied within the hour, "We're pausing diligence pending resolution." Translation: Elliot's shiny $4 million headline is about to rot from the inside. Elliot panicked immediately. He started calling. Voice notes, long and frantic. "Kara, listen. This is bigger than us. I was going to cut you in. I put in work too." Work meaning what? Talking, posting, smiling on stage. He tried a new tactic when I didn't answer. He sent Mum to me. Mum called crying, real crying this time, saying, "You're tearing the family apart." Dad texted, "If you do this, you're dead to me." Then, 2 minutes later, he texted again, "Call me. We can handle this quietly." Quietly. Like the problem is noise. Like the theft is less important than the embarrassment. The day Elliot was supposed to do his big investor lunch, he got served. Not by police bursting in. Not by dramatic courtroom music. By a process server walking into the cafe where he'd booked a private room and handing him an envelope while he was mid-speech. I know because one of his friends, someone decent, texted me a shaky video of it happening. Elliot's face changes in real time, confident, confused, furious. He stands up, tries to laugh it off, and the investors' faces go flat because investors don't like surprises that involve litigation. Someone asks, "Is this an IP dispute?" Elliot stammers, "It's family drama," and I can almost hear the money leaving the room. Then the patent office notice arrived in my inbox. A formal acknowledgement of my provisional filing being referenced, and a request for clarification due to conflicting inventorship claims in related filings. Martin read it and said, "This is good for you. It means the record is already tying the invention to you." I sat there staring at the email, hands shaking, because it felt surreal that a government office, a neutral machine, was doing what my family never did, recognizing my work as real. My family, of course, reacted like a wounded animal. Priya, my younger sister, messaged me privately, "Elliot says you're doing this because you hate him." My aunt posted a long Facebook status about forgiveness without naming anyone. My mum tried to call Rena, my CEO, to explain Kara's mental state, which is how I found out my mum will weaponize anything if she thinks it will restore control. Rena blocked her number from the company line without even asking me, then looked me in the eye and said, "You don't have to manage your family here." I almost cried from that alone. The side choosing was brutal and predictable. Dad sided with Elliot loudly. Mum tried to play both sides until she realized Elliot's money was slipping away. Then she started texting me, "Sweetie," and "We're proud of you," like she hadn't told me to stop playing inventor. Jay, my cousin who always liked gossip, suddenly became supportive when he realized the internet might pick this up as brother steals sister's invention content. People love an underdog. It made my skin crawl. Elliot tried to rewrite history publicly, once he realized he couldn't intimidate me privately. He posted a statement. "Seal Shore was developed with family collaboration. We're resolving a misunderstanding." Misunderstanding. Like my signature on a patent filing is a typo. He framed it as a partnership dispute, hoping the gray area would let him keep the shine. Martin advised me not to get into a social media war. "Let the documents speak," he said. So I did the one public thing that mattered, and nothing more. I updated my LinkedIn with a single post. No emotion, no insults, just facts. I am the inventor of Seal Shore. Patent filings exist under my name. Any claims otherwise are unauthorized. Legal process is underway. Then I turned comments off. I refused to perform my pain for strangers. A week later, Elliot's lawyer reached out, not to apologize, to negotiate. "Our client is willing to acknowledge co-inventorship," the email said, which made Martin laugh out loud in that dry way lawyers do when someone tries a ridiculous bluff. "Co-inventorship requires contribution to conception," Martin said, "not vibes." They wanted me to sign an assignment that would transfer rights to Elliot's company in exchange for a cut and a vague credit line. I said no, not because I wanted revenge, because I didn't trust him with anything that had my name on it ever again. The gut punch twist came when Martin showed me the signature Elliot filed with his application. It wasn't a clean forgery. It was my signature from an old family loan document, copied and pasted, slightly warped. I recognized the loop on the K, the little upward flick at the end. My skin crawled. It meant he didn't just steal my invention. He went looking for my signature like a weapon. He used family paperwork, stuff I signed when I trusted my parents, to try to legitimize stealing from me. When Martin said, "This could qualify as fraud," my stomach turned, because part of me still wanted to believe Elliot was just arrogant, not criminal. The document said otherwise. So here's where it lands. Elliot lost his investor deal. Not because I ruined him, because investors don't fund shaky ownership and legal smoke. The event organizer quietly removed his segment from their channel. The startup blog edited their headline. The comments under his posts shifted from genius to yikes. My dad called me a snake. My mum asked me if I could just settle so the family could move on. Elliot sent me a voice note at 2 a.m., drunk or exhausted, saying, "You always have to win." And I listened to it once, then saved it in my folder and didn't reply. The patent process is still moving. There will be paperwork. There will be corrections. There might be court if Elliot keeps fighting. But the core thing, the thing he tried to steal, is anchored now in a record that doesn't care about family dynamics. The patent office has my name, my signature, my filing date, my work, documented like it deserves to be. Last night, my dad tried calling from a blocked number. I knew it was him because he pauses before speaking, like the world owes him attention. "Kara," he said, quieter than usual. "You've made your point." I didn't answer right away. I just stood in my kitchen, looking at my hands. The same hands my family mocked for playing with plastic. The same hands that built something real. This wasn't a point, I said finally. It was mine. Dad exhaled like he wanted to argue, then said, "Your mother's upset." There it was. The pivot. The guilt. I felt nothing but tired. "Tell her not to contact my workplace," I said. Then I declined the call and blocked the number. After that, I opened the family group chat one last time. It was quiet, unnatural quiet, like everyone was waiting to see if I'd soften. I typed one message and hit send before I could second-guess it. From now on, anything about Seal Shore goes through my lawyer. Do not contact me about it. Do not contact my employer. This boundary is not negotiable. Then I left the chat. Not dramatically, just left. Like stepping out of a room where the air has been bad for years. And the quiet victory is this. My brother can tell a story on a stage, but he can't erase a signature filed months ago by a woman who learned to build in silence. He tried to take my work. All he did was prove I was right to document everything, and wrong to ever hand him the blueprint to my life.